that looks like you have a lot more milk tonight than you have been. Awesome. Let's see how much is in there. Hi there. Mary here with High Song Grows, and just some thoughts from the milk stand. I just want to talk about when you have an issue and you're trying to figure out what's causing your issue, whether with one of your animals or your gardens or whatever. Careful, sister. Some of the things I have seen on the internet the last couple of years, like I think it was last spring or the year before, when somebody was started a big thing about chicken feed because their chickens weren't laying, and so they decided something was wrong with the feed, so they switched feeds, and all of a sudden the chickens are laying up a storm. So they came to the conclusion that they must be putting something in the chicken feed to make them stop laying. Not taking into consideration that chickens require 12 to 14 hours of daylight to lay. They have to have that light on their pituitary gland for a certain period of time before there's enough hormone circulating to cause their egg yolks to grow. And it was a whole big deal. I'm sure some of you will remember that. That's the sort of thing that folks without enough information and enough data jumping to conclusions. So I'm big on research. I do a lot of research, and a lot of the research that I look at is scientific. It comes from veterinary schools. It comes from all different sources. What is your issue tonight, honey? So I was getting ready to edit this video, and I just wanted to insert a couple of thoughts here. To me, the idea that a feed company would deliberately put something in their feed to harm your animals is absolutely ridiculous. Okay, for one thing, there would be all kinds of lawsuits and things like that, and for another thing, they would just be out of business very quickly. So that's just really not a thing. Okay, so back to the rest of my story. So for instance, Miss Esmeralda here, she freshened the 5th of April, and we have been milking from the beginning because she was making so much milk, her triplets couldn't drink it all. And we settled into a routine of just milking once a day in the evening. And I'm not separating her from her triplets at all. They're all together all the time. And I just take whatever I can get. But the last couple of weeks, she's gone from an average of 4 to 6 pints down to about 2.5 pints. And she is a little bonier than I would like to see her. She's lost a little fleshing along her spine, and I'm not real hep on that anorexic dairy look. I like my girls to have at least a little bit of meat on their bones. So she started getting to where she was only trying to eat the grain out of the feed mix, and she was leaving a lot of the protein vitamin pellets. And to me, that said that she probably needed more calories. And so I've been looking for something not too expensive that would give her more calories, and I finally settled on some cracked corn. So she has been getting about half a pound of cracked corn with her grain for about 3 or 4 days now, and it looks like that maybe that's doing the trick, because she is giving me more tonight than she has been. However, there are other things that I need to take into consideration. For instance, the last couple of weeks we had some really hot days, like about 105 or so for a couple days. And then other days, while it was a little cooler, down about 98, it was very, very humid, very muggy. It was really pretty miserable. And today, I think we only hit 92, and it's cooled off quite a bit since this afternoon, and we've had a little bit of rain and a cool breeze. So those are factors that could affect milk production. Another thing that could affect milk production is that we started in, probably 4 days ago, into a new bale of hay, and from a new load. And so, well, the hay I get is almost always really nice looking hay. It does come from different places and different farmers and different farm fields. And so all of those areas could have different mixtures of minerals. They could have a lot of some kind that the plants take up and not enough of other things that the goats need. So a change in hay could be a factor. It could also be a factor that maybe for whatever reason the kids didn't nurse too much this afternoon. So that left more milk for me. So my point is, you can't jump to a conclusion just from one thing. You have to look at everything and take everything into consideration and think about all of the different factors that could be affecting whatever your issue is. So I will continue to feed her some cracked corn, at least until the 50-pound bag runs out, and we'll see if maybe milk production goes up some more. Or if next week when it gets hot again, if it goes back down. I won't know until I've been through a period of time with it to see and to be able to say for sure that was the case, that she needed more calories and that the corn did the trick. So I think everything is like that. I think we all should not jump to conclusions too quickly, no matter what we saw in a meme on the internet, and just kind of take it easy and go from there. Anyway, y'all have a good day. So how much milk did Esmeralda give me tonight? That is 3.5 pints, which is a fair amount more than what she's been doing. Looking here at my little notebook, this is Essie's column. So at the end of July, she was around 3, 4, 6 pints. And then this past week, here the first part of August, 3 pints, 2 3/4, down to 1 1/4, 2 1/4, 2 1/2, 3. So it's been about this last 3-4 days here that we've changed hay and we started in on the cracked corn. So to know if maybe one of those is the difference, I'll have to wait till we finish this load of hay, which will take us about 2 weeks, and then we'll get a new load and we'll see if that makes a difference, or if we keep our production up or even go up in numbers. You can see though, this is Bambi's column, and Bambi does pretty good. Pretty steady, 6 pints or a little more over long periods of time. So we just have to wait and see on Esmeralda.